Hey everybody, welcome back to EECS 494 Winter 2021 Discussion. Today is discussion number 3, and we will be going over how to complete the portfolio part of the P1 Gold assignment, which is due on Monday. This is kind of one of the parts of the assignment where, it can be a little confusing if you don't really have any experience with web development at all, or you have, very minimal experience with it. This discussion video is intended to just get you from start to finish on this part of the assignment. Hopefully, it will help you out. So let's get started. To start off, you're going to want to download the template from html5up.net. HTML5up has a whole bunch of different cool templates for making various portfolio websites or company websites, whatever it is. There are a whole lot of different ones that you can sort through and pick. The one that we recommend and linked in the assignment spec here is called Hyperspace, and we personally think it's the easiest to kind of port and use for our uses. Here's an example of it. But what you can do is click free download right here, or from this page that we linked in the spec, you can click download up in the top right corner, and it will download this zip file with the HTML template in it. And then what you're going to do, once you have that downloaded, let me go over to where I downloaded it. It's going to be a zip file that you're going to unzip. You're going to unzip that folder, or you're going to unzip the file into a folder. It'll create this folder, and you should see 3 HTML files. We're not going to want these other 2 ones that are generic in elements.html, so I'm going to go ahead and delete those. So when I'm showing you this example, I will be showing the portfolio assignment. You can either post a web build of your P1 game or a download to it, like a download to a Windows and Mac build. We prefer to do a web build because in terms of a portfolio, a recruiter looking at your portfolio might not be able to download things if they're looking at your website on a company computer. So having a web build that for a game that they can play on their web is a lot simpler. For this, I'll just be showing you me using it. I don't have a web build of my Metroid on hand. I just have a Windows and Mac build of it, so I'll show you me doing that. In any case, I'm gonna copy this into the folder. I also have this picture here. It's just a picture of Metroid that I'm going to be using. It's a square image that I'm going to be using in the portfolio, and I'm actually going to drag this image into the images folder that gets created already. Finally, I personally, because it's a portfolio site, I think it'd be cool to include my resume. So if you have a PDF of your resume, I'll show you how you can link that into the template as well. So drag that in there. All right, so once you have it downloaded and you've unzipped your the template, you can open it up in your editor of choice. I will be using Visual Studio Code here, but any other editor will work. We're going to be editing index.html. You can also right click on index.html if you're on Windows or Mac. Mac, I forget how you do that, but you can view the HTML file in your browser. You can preview what it looks like. So this is what it looks like when it's just been downloaded and it's not been changed at all. This sort of unmodified template is what we're going to kind of modify and turn into our portfolio that will be good enough for the assignment. So first things first, we're going to change the title. The title is the title is the thing that you see up here at the top of the tab. I'm going to change this to say Ishwar's portfolio. And if I go ahead and I reload this, now the title has been changed. That's great. this, the preview kind of has these things like who we are, what we do. We're going to be replacing the who we are section with like our links to our projects, and what we do will be like more info about you, I guess, if you want to customize it like that. So I'm actually going to change this to projects, and I'm going to change this to about me. And if I reload this, now these have been changed to say projects and about me, which is cool. Now let's change the intro section. Just going to update the content here. Here's my portfolio. Let me know if you have any questions. Remove that. And then if I reload this, now I've kind of updated the beginning text, which is, that would be the intro section here that you have to modify to do that. Next, we're going to add our project in, since we only have project 1 so far. By the way, project 2 and project 3, you'll also be adding more onto this portfolio page. So I'll show you how to just comment out the other stuff so that you can comment it back in when you need it. Right now, it has these 3 sections here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these bottom 2 sections, and I'm going to comment them out. In HTML, to do comments, the top part of the comment is a less than sign and then an exclamation point and 2 dashes. And the bottom part is here. Because I'm using Visual Studio Code, I just did Control or on Mac Command and then the / key, and that comments out that section. Let me save it and reload it. Now we have only one thing here. Next up, let's change the picture. I mentioned I added in a square picture of Metroid in here. So I'm going to change this from pic1.jpg to metroid.png. If I reload the page again, now we have a picture of Metroid here. And we can say Metroid Unity Remake. Let's talk a little bit more about it. With a partner in EECS 494 game development at the University of Michigan. And just, put more information about it. Remade the first area of Metroid for the NES in Unity. And then learn more. We're going to change this link. I have a zip file right here. So I'm going to be linking it to the zip file. And I will show you in a bit if you are hosting a web build of the game, which is what we're recommending you do. Sorry, and Mac. If you have a web build of the game, I'll show you how to link to the web build instead. So click to download Windows and Mac. So if I reload this, now it says click to download Windows and Mac. And if you click on it, it'll prompt the user to download that zip file that you put in there. Now I'm going to change the next section, the what we do. It's going to be more about me. Hold on. I want to turn off wrapping, or turn on wrapping. All right, I'm going to say I'm a graduate student at UMich. I like video games. Cool. Courses I've taken. You can put various information, like a normal portfolio website where you talk more about yourself and your accomplishments. I'm going to say EECS 494. That's a course I've taken. If you don't really think you need all of them, you can just comment out some of them, and then it just will reduce it down to 1. I'm going to replace this bottom link here with my resume. So if you have a resume as a PDF and you added it into the folder like I did, click here for my resume. Change the href to say resume.pdf. And that way, that link will link to resume, which is cool. The last section here, you don't really need to modify this, but you should at least update it to have your information. I don't see a need to create this sort of like form thing. I don't think many people will use it, so I'm going to comment that out. I'm actually going to delete it completely because I won't need it later. I don't like giving people my address. No one needs to know where I live, but I'll give people my email, not my phone number. And then, I don't know, you can link to your social media if you want. Maybe I'll just link to my GitHub. href equals. And so now if I reload that and change the href, it should link to my GitHub. That's cool. We can replace this text as well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So, you can customize the text to say whatever you want. The key part of this assignment, obviously, is just this first part where you have a link to your web build or download of the game. The rest of it is sort of for your benefit. Again, the reason that we have this part of the assignment, the portfolio page, is to help you if you want to show off the awesome work you do in this class to other people, as well as other projects you work on. So we have gotten all our modifications in to get this done. The last thing we're going to do, we're going to change the copyright to us. I'm going to change the copyright to me. And we are pretty much prepared to go ahead and put this and host this on the U of M hosting. So what I'm going to do is oh, I believe someone in the call is unmuted. Do you have a question? So this was the folder that we modified our resume in. I'm going to go ahead and zip it up again. So let me delete the old zip file. We don't need that anymore. Actually, I'll rename this to, I don't know, like portfolio. All right, so we have our folder. I'm going to go ahead and I use 7-zip for Windows. I believe Mac lets you zip folders easily, and Windows should let you just do like send to compressed zip folder. I use the program 7-zip because it's easier for me. So I'm gonna add to portfolio.zip. And then if we check it out, our portfolio.zip will have the portfolio we made. And then we're going to go to mfile.umich.edu. It'll have you log in. There will be a login button here. Once you do that, you go to public, you go to HTML, and you click upload files, and you choose that zip file that we just made. I personally have found that using the command line is faster than the mfile website, actually. It's just worked faster for me. So I'm actually going to upload it using the command line. If you have set up SSH for Kane, you can probably follow along. If not, I will leave links in the description to the YouTube video about how to do SSH and SFTP using Kane. So I'm gonna log in, and I'm gonna have to do my Duo two-factor authentication here. All right, and that's all set, and I should have SFTP connected. So the commands for SFTP are a little bit confusing because basically SFTP is it's like SSH for the command line, but specifically for transferring files. So actually, before I do that, it would be easier for us to first locally go to the place where our zip file is. So I'm going to go to my OneDrive, to this semester, to my 494 folder, to P1. And this is where my portfolio is. And then I'm going to do that SFTP again. And I'm going to do my duo push again. Sorry for doing duplicate work here. But once I've done that, I can type in PWD and it'll tell me where I am remotely. If I type in LPWD, it'll tell me where I am locally. So I'm going to remotely, we want to go to public/HTML. And then we're going to type in the command to put portfolio.zip. And that command will start the upload of the zip file. Again, you can do this through web like I just showed you with mfile.umich.edu. I just have found that this uploads a lot faster when you do it on the command line. So hopefully you can do that instead. All right, so the upload has finished. What we're going to do now is we're going to type in exit, and then we're going to do normal SSH. All right, and then we're going to, again, go to public/HTML. And if I type in ls, we can see our portfolio.zip file is on to Kane right now. And if I just do unzip portfolio.zip I just want to do unzip portfolio.zip. And then we're going to move portfolio everything in the portfolio to where we are, like this, so that the HTML folder should have the index.html file on it. That's what we want to have. I'm going to remove the portfolio folder. But now that we've done that unzip command and moved it out, we should be able to go to www.personal.umich.edu/unique name. And here's the portfolio we made. It has been uploaded to a public URL and it's all set. And if I click, for example, the download button, it'll have me download my Metroid file up here. And here. So let's say that your Metroid zip file is actually a web build. It's a zip file for your web build and not a zip file of like Mac or Windows downloads. You would type in unzip on metroid.zip as well. You can see I have a web build folder right here. That's my rollerball. We'll pretend that this web build folder is the folder with my Metroid WebGL build. What we're going to do is we're going to edit index.html, where instead of linking to the zip file, we're going to link to the web build folder. So I'm going to do /web-build like this. And if I reload this and then I click here, oh, I might have messed it up. I don't think /web-build is allowed. Maybe this is what it was. There we are. And that'll link without the 4 leading slash. It's just the name of the folder that your web build is in. It'll, link you to that web build. In my case, my web build folder here had Rollerball, but maybe your web build folder will have Metroid or Zelda, your P1 game. You can obviously unzip it to a different folder name if you want to keep your rollerball hosted online as well, and you can even link your rollerball in your portfolio. Otherwise, that is how quickly you can get from start to finish on the portfolio component of P1 Gold. That's all I wanted to show you today about that assignment. Hopefully that made sense, and if you have any questions, feel free to, ask them now if you're here live, or if you are watching the YouTube video, you can leave a comment there, ask on Piazza, email, ask on Discord. That's all I had. So have a good weekend. Good luck on P1 Gold. I believe you guys are going to do great. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the great custom mechanics that all the teams come up with.